Dialysis tubing is a laboratory technique that separates molecules based on size, relying on selective diffusion using a semi-permeable membrane made of regenerated cellulose. Dialysis is typically used in sample purification for the removal of unwanted small molecules, salts, reducing agents from macromolecules such as proteins, DNA, and polysaccharides. In this video, we will show you how to perform dialysis tubing. You will need the sample you wish to dialysize in solution, a dialysis membrane, 2 tubing enclosures, one of which should contain a magnet, 2 foam rings, a small beaker, a large beaker with a magnet, a magnetic stirrer, deionized water, and some buffer salt for ion exchange. When choosing a dialysis membrane, make sure you choose the appropriate molecular weight cutoff. The molecular weight cutoff refers to the smallest average molecular mass of a molecule that will not effectively diffuse across the membrane during the dialysis. Molecules that are larger than the pores are retained inside the membrane, but small molecules pass through it. For example, a membrane with a molecular weight cutoff of 3.5 kilodalton will retain a macromolecule with a molecular mass larger than 3.5 kilodaltons. For a sample with a volume of 100 milliliters, cut off about 20 to 25 centimeters of the roll using scissors. If you are using a dry membrane, place it into a small beaker filled with deionized water and allow the membrane to soften for 5 minutes. If you are using a pre-wetted membrane, you can skip this step. Before filling the tube with the sample, the membrane needs to be sealed. First, fold the membrane on one end and attach a tube enclosure that contains a magnet. Make sure to clip it tightly. For better visibility, we are showing the folding technique using a piece of paper. First, fold down both corners of the membrane. Then, fold down twice. Now, the membrane is ready to be sealed with a tube enclosure. Next, open up the unsealed end of the membrane and load your sample. Make sure you leave about 6 to 7 centimeters of the membrane unfilled. Using the same folding technique, seal the other end of the membrane. Next, add the foam rings. Place the tube into the large beaker filled with the appropriate dialysis buffer and stir at room temperature for 4 to 5 days. During this period, change the dialysis buffer twice a day. After completion of the dialysis process, your sample is ready for freeze drying.